You can have an amazing regular season, but you will be remembered for what you do in the playoffs. Let's run down the 5 best performances for pitchers and hitters. For this list, I considered all the players in the playoffs, but I give more weight to the players who played more games. First, the hitters, and 3 guys that just missed the top 5. Kyle Schwarber was terrible against the Cardinals and the Braves. By the time those series were over, he had 1 hit and was hitting .050. Starting in the NLCS, he turned it on, launching a home run in Game 1, and then hitting 5 more by the end of the World Series. In those last 2 series, he hit .314 with an OPS of 1318. But those first 6 games really hurt his overall stats. Manny Machado had 4 home runs of his own, hitting at least 1 in all 3 of the Padres series, and he hit a solid .271 with an OPS of 910. Of the 12 games that he played, he had at least 2 hits in 5 of them, and he was key in their first win against the Dodgers and their only win against the Phillies. I also want to mention Yordan Alvarez. He had some unbelievable moments in the postseason. 3 home runs and 14 RBI, 2 monster home runs against the Mariners, and he finished off the World Series with a mammoth blast. Maybe this alone should put him in the top 5, but he only hit .130 in the World Series. It took him the whole series to figure it out, and his final playoff average was .192 with a .734 OPS. Number 5 is Anthony Rizzo. It wasn't Aaron Judge that stole the offensive spotlight for the Yankees. He only had an OPS of .490. Rizzo was very solid with a .276 average and a .984 OPS, 2 homers and 8 RBI. He drove in at least 1 run in 6 of his 9 games. In addition to his 8 hits, he also walked 5 times, and he did what he does best, getting hit by the pitch 3 times. Number 4 is Alex Bregman. He was Mr. Consistent over the first 2 rounds, batting .333 and hitting a home run in both, and those were very well timed. His first one against the Mariners set up Yordan Alvarez for the walk-off. His second one accounted for all 3 runs in the Astros 3-2 Game 2 win over the Yankees. He wasn't as dominant in the World Series, hitting just .238, 1 homer, 4 RBI, still posting an awesome .908 OPS. And overall, his 11 RBI and .948 OPS was just what the Astros needed. He really redeemed himself after his sub-100 average in last year's World Series. Number 3 is Harrison Bader. This was probably the most surprising great performance. This midseason pickup, known for his defense, showing off his offense. He hit 3 home runs against the Guardians, and then 2 more against the Astros. 5 homers, 9 RBI, .333 average, 1262 OPS. I don't think anyone saw that coming. He missed 3 months of the season, came back in late September and hit a grand total of 0 home runs, a .217 average and a .528 OPS. But he turned it on when it mattered the most. Number 2 is Bryce Harper. We all heard the narrative. Harper came to Philly to play in the biggest games, and he did not disappoint. 17 games, 6 home runs, 13 RBI, .349 average and 1160 OPS. He also had 7 walks and 7 doubles, wreaking havoc against every team the Phillies went up against. But those last 5 games of the World Series, he only had 2 hits and a .125 average. One of those hits was a home run in the 7-0 blowout in Game 3. But overall, his World Series performance hurt him after hitting .419 over the first 3 rounds. Number 1 is Jeremy Pena. His numbers were close, but fell short of Bryce Harper. Still, he gets the number 1 spot for his clutch hitting. Don't get me wrong, his numbers are great. A .345 average and an OPS just over 1,000. That includes 5 doubles, 4 homers, 8 RBI. But his impact was left all over the playoffs. He kept the game alive to get Yordan Alvarez to the plate to win their first game. He was 1 for 8 in Game 3 of the ALDS, but that one was the game-winning homer. In the Game 4 clincher against the Yankees, he tied the game with a 3-run shot, winning ALCS MVP. He hit .400 in the World Series, driving in 2 of the Astros' 3 runs in the critical Game 5 win, and once again, he was named MVP. He was the breakout star of the playoffs and the best offensive player. Now, the pitchers. This year, there were so many great performances. Let me just run off the guys who were amazing but aren't top 5 worthy. Shane Bieber, Luis Castillo, Joe Musgrove, Garrett Cole, Jonathan Loaisiga, Zach Wheeler, who led the postseason in innings. 10 full innings clear the rest of the field. David Robertson, George Kirby, who got his first career save and then threw 7 shutout innings against Houston. Sir Anthony Dominguez, Nick Martinez. All these guys either had key performances or posted great stats. But I narrowed this down to a top 5, and as you can probably guess, it's Astros heavy. Number 5 is Brian Abreu. Whenever the Astros had a lead late in the game, you got to see Brian Abreu and he gave up nothing. 10 games, 11 1/3 innings, 0 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks against 19 strikeouts. Just filthy good. Number 4 is Ranger Suarez. He appeared in 5 games, but only 3 of them were starts. When he started, the Phillies won. He never went deep into games, but he only gave up 2 earned runs over 14 2/3 innings, and he came on in the 9th inning of the pennant-clinching game, getting the last 2 outs to send the Phillies to the World Series. In the end, he had a 1.23 ERA, and he was a crucial part of the Phillies pitching staff. Number 3 is Christian Javier. I'm not sure there's a more underrated pitcher in baseball, and he's shined in the playoffs. He didn't start off great, coming on in relief against the Mariners in Game 1, giving up a home run to Suarez. But over his next 2 starts, he gave up no runs and only 1 hit, walking 5 and striking out 16. He started Game 3 against the Yankees and gave up that 1 hit over 5 1/3 innings. After that, he threw 6 no-hit innings against the Phillies, kicking off the combined no-hitter, 12 2/3 innings and a 0.71 ERA. Number 2 is Ryan Pressly. Every World Series champion needs a reliable closer. The Braves leaned on Will Smith last year, and he was money. And this year, the Astros got just as good a performance from Pressly. 10 games, 11 innings, 6 saves and 6 chances, 4 hits, 3 walks, 13 strikeouts. Only gave up 1 run, and it was unearned. And that was a game the Astros won handily anyway. 1 save against the Mariners, 3 against the Yankees, and saved the final 2 games against Philly. Number 1 is Framber Valdez. Talk about underrated pitchers. This guy led the league with over 200 innings pitched and still posted an ERA under 3. He couldn't even get into the top 3 finalists for AL Cy Young, but he'll probably finish 4th. In the playoffs, he started 4 games and they were all Astro wins. 25 innings, 4 earned runs, 8 walks, 33 strikeouts, a 1.44 ERA. He only seemed to get better as he went along. 2 runs in Game 2 against the Mariners, 2 runs, neither earned, in Game 2 against the Yankees, and then pitched at least 6 innings in his 2 starts against the Phillies, giving up 1 run in each. He's been a reliable arm all year, and the playoffs were no different. That's all for this video. Let me know where you agree or disagree with any of my picks, and if you have any other thoughts, sound off in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to drop a like, and if you're new here and want to see more content just like this, please give me a sub. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.